we're gonna turn into Nick Jr. YouTube's gonna be Nick Jr. I'm just gonna, you know what? My channel's just gonna turn into Blue's Clues. That's honestly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a green striped shirt. I'm just gonna become Steve from Blue's Clues. I'm just gonna have a preschool channel. That's what I'm gonna do. I am very unironically wearing my triggered shirt today because, you know, I think YouTube is a tad triggered. Hi guys, it's Adria, and for today's video, I am very out of the blue, unexpectedly talking about YouTube. Over the past couple days, we've noticed a bit of a riot going on about YouTube enforcing some not so new guidelines. They're just kind of like, hey guys, y'all are breaking our guidelines, so now we're fixing it. So in case you live under a rock and you haven't heard about this nonsense, basically YouTube is making it so you can't make money off of videos that include the following: I said that so weird. Sexually suggestive content including partial nudity and sexual humor. Basically 99% of YouTube, in a sense, okay. Violence, including display of serious injury and events related to violent extremism. This I kind of understand. If you upload a video of you like bashing your head into a wall, like that's probably not only gonna get demonetized but probably flagged. You know, stuff that's violent like that. So that's understandable in a sense, but I mean that could include video games as well. Like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot more to that than meets the eye. Like, you think violence, you think somebody just getting punched in the face. That could mean video games, it could mean pranks, it could mean more than just what we would think. Inappropriate language including harassment, profanity, and vulgar language. I definitely agree with the harassment. I don't think you should be able to harass people on here. That's just kind of common sense. Vulgar language, I mean, it's everywhere. You know, and I said on Twitter, where that really doesn't affect my channel, it definitely affects the people I watch, it affects, you know, my friends on YouTube, it affects a lot. So, you know, I'm not that person that's just sitting here like, oh, this doesn't affect me, so I don't care. I mean, it affects YouTube as a whole. So, like I said on Twitter, some of my faves are vulgar queens, so it's like, you know, girl, where I don't cuss a whole lot, and when I do, I tend to pineapple it out, you know, that's like my running gag, mostly because my Nana watches me. So now not only do I have my Nana watching me, now I have YouTube watching me, so I have like two, you know, guns to my head, like, don't say anything you shouldn't, Adria, and it's just like, okay, girl. Promotion of drugs and regulated substances, including selling, use, and abuse of such items. I mean, it doesn't say illegal drugs, where it should be illegal, because I mean, what if I wanted to make a video talking about like my experiences with, you know, like antidepressants or like prescription drugs? It's like, you know, those aren't illegal and I've never misused such things, so it's just like, you know, I'm not promoting the use of an illegal drug. So that's where it just gets kind of iffy, you know. Like, what if you make a video talking about, you know, oh, I just had a cold and, you know, this Dayquil saved my life, man. It's like, does that fall under, you know, like what's allowed, what isn't? If somebody's coming on here like, hey guys, you know, meth is awesome, you should cook meth in your house, it's really great. That obviously, like, get out of here. Seriously, what? This is the one that I think is probably the worst and probably the most like, what the heck, even YouTube, what are you doing? Controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Florida is having a hurricane right now. I mean, my stuff blew all over the place outside, so am I not allowed to talk about that I'm in a hurricane right now? It says natural disasters. Can't talk about natural disasters? I'm sorry, what? And I mean, there are channels that only talk about politics. There are people, their entire channel is like a political debate platform talking about, you know, things going on in the media and things like that, so we can't really talk about that anymore. And so then it says, if any of the above describes any portion of your video, then the video may not be approved for monetization. If monetization is approved, your video may not be eligible for all available ad formats. YouTube reserves the right to not monetize a video, as well as suspend monetization features on channels that repeatedly submit videos violating our policies. You know, while people are mad at all these rules and everything, I found this and I found it quite interesting. Advertisers ultimately get the say with what content they want to be shown on. This isn't anything new or out of the ordinary. It's not censorship, it's big brands not wanting to be associated with questionable content. YouTube isn't over, but making money off drama, bullying, and vulgarity might be. I don't know. And apparently I heard that this isn't anything new. Apparently YouTube has tried to do this in the past. This isn't a new thing. So what will become of YouTube, I am not sure. What will become of your favorite YouTubers that may fall under any of these categories, I am not sure. I've heard people say that Patreon is probably gonna be bigger. I've heard people say this is probably gonna be brushed under the rug in a week. You know, I've heard pretty much everything. I've heard people freaking out. I've heard people that say don't freak out. I'm trying to stay calm, you know, and like I said, where this doesn't completely affect me, I don't think I would be associated with being the most vulgar, because I don't think people would put me under that category. But out of curiosity, I went through my videos to see if any of them were demonetized, and I found 2. One of them was called Batman and My Demon Hamster, because it has demon in the title. It's a hamster, dude. It's a hamster. God bless America. And then the other one was called Self-Harm Awareness Day, and that kind of rose a bit of an issue for me, because I have talked about more sensitive mental health related issues that a lot of people wouldn't feel comfortable sharing. That rose a lot of concern for me. I mean, one of my biggest videos on my channel is about my struggles with, you know, self-harm and depression and mental health related things. So it's like, you know, does that fall under sensitive topics to where it can't be advertiser friendly? I know that I've helped a lot of people through those videos, and a lot of people, when they message me, it's about those videos. So I feel like that's really where my channel started from, and to think that that's not advertiser friendly, that's a bit concerning to me. So if that video were demonetized, it would affect me a lot. I can't even lie, because it's not even like, oh, well, here on out, I'll just not talk about this stuff. You know, it's older videos, you know, what, now I feel the need to go through my old videos and be like, oh, like, what should I, and even at one point, my, my self-harm story video, I did have to file a dispute with it because it was not monetized for a few months at a time. You have a video that isn't monetized and it's getting a ton of views, you're kind of just like, you know, you're taking a loss there. And I hear people saying like, well, YouTube shouldn't be all about money, blah, blah, blah. And you know, it shouldn't. You know, people start making YouTube, I can tell you, I started making nothing, like literally nothing. And even still, it's not all that great. Where it's not all about the money, I definitely, like, even if that video gets demonetized, I will still keep it up, you know, because I think it's more than just about that. But at the same time, you feel like you should have that, you know, it's your video, you feel like you should have ads on it. So, you know, last night as I was on Twitter under like the hashtag YouTube is over party, and I'm just like, you know, like looking at everybody's thoughts and opinions on this, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, well, I don't think it'll really affect me. I didn't really think about it, but I realized it probably does affect me a little bit, and it does affect the people I watch and the videos I like, and I'm just kind of like, where are big YouTubers gonna go? What are they gonna do? Are they gonna change what they do? And I think to an extent, a lot of people are afraid to change their content or change how they talk or change what they talk about, because they're afraid that people will think that they're being fake now just for the money. And personally, I think that if my favorite YouTubers have to change how they speak or what they talk about, or, you know, I think that we should just support them no matter what. Where my channel probably won't change at all, I think that there's people I know that their channels may change, and I just, you know, I have to support them for that, because I understand where, you know, you've depended on YouTube to pay your bills and feed yourself. So I think that if people have to change what they do, then we shouldn't just be like, oh my gosh, you've changed, you're only doing this for money now. I think we should just respect people's decisions. If people decide to leave YouTube, I think we should respect that. If people decide to, you know, fight the man and not change what they do, then, you know, respect that as well. And if they decide to, you know, oh, I'm not gonna cuss anymore, or I'll bleep out my cussing, you know, I think we should respect that as well. Because believe me, there's a lot of pressure on YouTube to please your audience. There's a lot. You know, you're thinking of video ideas and then you don't like, oh, that might be taken the wrong way, or, you know, some people might not like this. So there definitely is a pressure, no matter what, to be appealing to everybody. And that's never gonna happen 100% of the time. And that's what's hard about YouTube. I'm just crossing my fingers that maybe YouTube will be like, parents that ground you and then 2 days later forgot it ever happened. So I don't know. You know, YouTube is over. Party I wasn't invited to. What else is a new story of my life? But you know what, guys? Let's just try to keep positivity going and let's just try to be optimistic about it. I personally don't think YouTube is over, and even if hypothetically it's completely over, there will be something else to take its place. There will be. I mean, I just can't see all of these popular faces just disappearing. I just can't see that. And I think my biggest question here is, you know, what does that mean for music videos and, you know, celebrities that put their music videos on YouTube? I mean, YouTube in a sense kind of took MTV's place as far as music videos go. I mean, this is where you see them. There's a lot of questions. Even if you are a completely rated G channel, never curse, never talk about anything controversial. I mean, if this does have a huge impact on it like people think it might, I think viewers may start to go elsewhere because their favorite YouTubers will stop making videos, or this is just it's all hypothetical, but you know what I mean? Even if you are a completely rated G channel, your viewers may stop watching you because YouTube is in a sense dying. So who knows? I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments. Thank you for watching if you watched all the way through. A leaf just fell off the plant. It scared me. Oh my word. I had to save the plant from the hurricane. I can't talk about hurricanes. Oh my gosh. Hashtag YouTube is dead. I don't know. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I put out videos 3 times a week and hopefully YouTube will not die and I will be able to continue to do so. YouTube's a tad triggered at the moment. Everybody's a little triggered at the moment. I will see you guys again real soon. Until then, panda hugs. I love you guys. Bye! What are people gonna talk about? We're gonna turn into Nick Jr. YouTube's gonna be Nick Jr. I'm just gonna, you know what? My channel's just gonna turn into Blue's Clues. That's honestly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a green striped shirt. I'm just gonna become Steve from Blue's Clues. I'm just gonna have a preschool channel. That's what I'm gonna do if I have to.